Hi everyone, I know a lot of you guys have been waiting on an update on the crossbody bag situation. I have a very unfortunate update to share with you guys. So I have received the samples for the other bags today. I examined everything and I'm really disappointed in them. Unfortunately, I will have to cancel the project. It was a very difficult decision to make, but let me just explain everything that's been going on and hopefully you can understand my decision. So I received the first sample of this bag back in April and you guys really liked it, so I decided to produce the other samples for the other designs that I did. Now, I ordered those 4 samples that I received today back in April and I just received them today. That's like 6 months ago that I ordered those, which is an unreasonable processing time in my opinion, from the experience I've had with several manufacturers getting samples made and such. It's normally not as long. So that was the first thing that really made me discouraged about this project. So when I ordered those 4 new samples, the manufacturer charged me $760 US. So I saved about $20 on each sample, which is totally understandable because it's all the same type of bag, it's all the same size, all the same specifications. At that point, the price I was paying per sample was $190 US. But then the manufacturer messaged me and said that because of the different processes and the different prints, they had to charge me a lot more. It would be $340 US per sample. Obviously, I didn't understand why, and that was totally on the manufacturer for not quoting me the right price at the beginning. And you know, I didn't understand either why the new samples, which are based on the exact specifications of my first sample, why those would be even more expensive than the first one when it's less complicated to make because, you know, we already have the patterns and everything. Anyways, I said I would not pay such an increase in the price and I ended up paying $300 more US. So that was a red flag, obviously. And yeah, that mixed with the very long processing time, that was completely ridiculous. And you know, it's very hard for me to work with long processing times because Genshin Impact is a game that has lots of trends. So if one character is trending now, maybe in 6 months it's not gonna be trending anymore. So I need very fast processing times as much as I can. Now, you might think that those samples are looking quite alright when you see them fast, but I was actually very disappointed when I received them because the material they used is completely different than the one that I got for the Scaramouche sample. Let me show you, okay? So this is the Kazuha bag and all the other samples I received today are like this. This is the Scaramouche bag, okay? So the Scaramouche bag, as you can see, it's pretty sturdy. It keeps its shape pretty well, even if it's empty. Now, let's look at this one. You can see just by how the light reflects on it that it's not made out of the same material. And look what happens when I squish it slightly. It falls very weirdly. It's a lot softer than the Scaramouche bag. Look, I can crunch it, but it doesn't do the same thing with this one. Anyways, all of this to say the material is not the same. It feels a lot cheaper and I couldn't see this in the picture that they sent me. And I never proved a change in the material either. So that was a big disappointment for me because quality is extremely important. I'm gonna do another comparison so you can see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, the tassel on the first bag, the Scaramouche bag, it's made of the same material as the bag, okay? You can see how sturdy it is. And now let's compare with the tassel from the Kazuha bag. It's really soft, so it's really not the same material, which is really disappointing. I paid even more and they reduced the quality of the samples without me approving it. So they just keep changing their quality. That doesn't make any sense. I'm paying for something. I told them I want it to be the same material, exactly the same size measurements as my first sample I made with you. So I don't know why they changed it. Additionally, the details on the bags aren't made as well. As you can see how it looks here at the attachment, and let me show you on the first bag. It's a lot better on this one. They didn't pay as much attention to the details that I wanted, and they switched some things that I never asked them to change, which was really frustrating for me because I paid a lot of money. And now I know you probably can't see it, but the material they use on the inside also feels different. It feels a lot cheaper. It's just not the same overall. And yeah, all of the attachments on the new bags, they're all like, they don't look good. They don't look like the one I showed you for Scaramouche. I really don't know what they thought when they made it, and I'm just really sad by what happened. And in the past, for some other project that I did with them, I had another similar issue where when they produced like in bulk, I received the products and they were not like my first sample, which was really problematic. It's not okay. That's exactly why you make a sample. You want to make sure that the final product that you're gonna deliver to the customers is gonna look like your sample. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made a sample. So yeah, I was planning on working with them one last time for this project, but the samples I receive now, they're just not satisfying enough, and they cost me the same like for the sample. So it's just very, very disappointing. I had a lot of trust in this manufacturer, and you know, I let some things slip in the past, but now I just can't accept this. I cannot work with a manufacturer that will change things after the sample that I approved. It's just not okay. You cannot work with a manufacturer like this. Now, some of you may think they look acceptable. I agree, they look okay, but when you feel them, it's really not the same. And I was thinking, when I saw my Scaramouche sample, I was very satisfied with the quality, and I was thinking I would pay 65, 70 Canadian dollars for it. It's really worth it, and it gives me like a reasonable amount of profit if I put it at that price. But honestly, when I see the new samples, I'm thinking I don't think I would pay more than 45 or 40 Canadian dollars for it, because it feels a lot cheaper. It doesn't feel as sturdy. And you know what? I would still pay the same amount to get those mass produced than the amount I'm paying for this Scaramouche one. So I just can't do it. Another thing, what tells me that if I decide to only do a bulk order for the Scaramouche bag, because this one is great quality, it's really nice, what tells me that they will not change the material and use the same that they used for the 4 new samples I paid even more for? I just cannot work with a manufacturer like that, and it's been really stressful for me to manage that. I put a lot of money into this project because I really believed in it, and maybe it would have worked. But now there's also the fact that Instagram and TikTok, they're not boosting my videos, they're not boosting my content, so I've just been losing followers for a few months now, and it's been really hard to push through with that. So yeah, I think it's just better for everyone if I put that project aside. It makes me really sad. Trust me, I'm not happy doing this, but I feel like, you know, my manufacturer let me down on this one, and I will definitely not be working again with It's Galloping Toys, their name. I'm saying it because I'm disappointed. It's just, they've been doing sketchy things, and I don't want anyone to be going through this. I know, like, it's hard when you're a small business owner, but manufacturers who do things like that, like, I promoted them. I shared their name with my fans, with my followers, because I thought they were a great company, but they've done more than one thing that is just not okay. So yeah, it's really sad, but I'm putting an end to this project for now. Maybe in the future, if I find a new manufacturer and if I save up some money, I might do a similar project, but with different characters, because I'm pretty sure there's just not as much interest as there used to be for those that I had made in those samples. So yeah, maybe in the future But for now, I'm going to focus on my sweaters because that is what brings me, you know, the most visibility. It's what works the best for my company, so I'll focus on those, and maybe I will put money aside for future projects, but for now, that's it. So I'm really sorry, everyone. I hope you can understand. This decision was not easy, but yeah, I just want to deliver the best products and the best quality to my customers. Bye bye!